this heavy rock.
Oh, I just had hernia surgery too.
Oh.
Hey everybody, Jim here. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome in to Jim's Van and Life. It's December 6th and it is really stacking up to be one beautiful day here in southern Nevada. And I think it might be a good day to take the boat out. So why don't you come along with me and we'll go get it out of storage, get it cleaned up, see if it's going to start, and we'll take it over to Lake Mead, see what the water levels are. I'll start out the video with a little bit of footage I took up north. Last month I had an opportunity to get up to Washington State. I lucked out and got a couple of really nice sunny days, although it was cool. Kind of a crisp fall day up there. But anyway, I took a little footage out there in the southwestern part of the Puget Sound at the base of the Olympic Mountains. It was pretty, so I'll show you that. Glad you're with me. Hey everybody, Jim here. I happen to have an opportunity to come up here to Washington State. I hadn't planned a trip, but a friend of mine needed some help, a couple of projects, and so I flew up from Nevada the other day. And here we are on the Puget Sound. It's a very cold morning. It was pretty much close to freezing last night. And you can see there's snow on the top of the Olympics. But isn't this a beautiful place? It's high tide. The air is cool and crisp. I think they call those mountains out there with the snow caps the Three Sisters. But that's the eastern edge of the Olympics. It sure is beautiful, isn't it? All right, well, here we are back in southern Nevada, the month of December. Usually a really nice month to be here. Dry conditions, temperatures range 65 to 75 in the beginning part of the month. So it's a really nice day. No wind today, which is nice. Sometimes in December, as the weather starts to change into the kind of the winter season, you get some wind comes in here, but you know, typically it's not really cold. I mean, to the locals it feels cold, but if you're someone from the north, you know, this is really comfortable here. Yes, you dip down into the 50s, you get a north wind, and it's chilly for a couple days, and then the weather changes out of the south and it's really nice again. And you don't have to drive very far south to get into some nice warm weather. So like this winter, we'll definitely jump in the van and head south and go to some different places and shoot some videos. Hello.
How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. And do you have your boat sticker on there?
It's on there. Are the 24s ready?
No, not yet, but I do need to see it, unfortunately.
All right, let me pull up a little bit.
January 1st is the soonest we'll have the new stickers. There we go. Perfect. Have a good one, sir. You as well.
So you have to have a sticker, an annual sticker, to get onto Lake Mead. I want to say it was $30 last year. I'm not positive. It seems like it goes up a little bit each year. Also in Nevada, you need a invasive species decal. They're not very expensive. $5 or $10, I think. And that's to support inspection and cleanup of boats when they come out of the water, or they're going to get transported. Not every time you come out of the water. You do have to clean and dry, and a lot of times Fish and Wildlife will be out there inspecting. But the invasive species sticker, the revenue from that is designed to spray down with hot water boats that are going to be transported. So if you're going to, like I've done this many times, taking the boat up north, and so you run it through the high pressure hot water sprayer, and then they give you a certificate that you've been inspected and sprayed down. Each time you go over a state border, there's mandatory watercraft inspection. So you know, you stop there and you show them, you know, that, you know, where you've been and all that. And sometimes they don't care that you have paperwork to show you've been, you know, cleaned and sprayed down. They want to spray you down themselves, and so you got to uncover your boat and kind of take the time while they clean your boat and inspect it, and then you're on your way. Other times they'll just, you know, they'll see your previous paperwork and they'll let you go. It's going to be interesting to see what the water level is. The last time I was on the lake was early September, and the water was up about 25 feet from its low, and that's because of the great winter and water runoff from melt in the 2023 snow season. First time I ever came out here was the early 80s. The lake was full. There was actually water going over the spillway at the dam, and it was impressive. There's many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres right now that were flooded at the time. Mostly on the western side, because it was flatter and longer, and so you had a lot of water out there. All right, we're headed down to the water's edge. Not much scenery to look at around here. Basically hillsides of rock. So back in the day, when the dam was full, this is where the water was, right up here. This was the old ramp, and all that you see out in front of you, all that lighter color, was all underwater. And where we're driving right now was all underwater. It's kind of a shame when you think about it. It's a Wednesday, and of course there's nobody, you know, here. Sometimes a few fishermen will come in early in the morning, but Boat's really dirty. Now we'll get out in the water and find a warm little bay to hang out in, and we'll get it cleaned up. The wind whipping the cover also grinds in really fine silt into the gel coat of the boat, so it takes a little bit of elbow grease to get it. A lot of crappy gas in the fuel line. Is running real rough. He's got to get all that fuel that's been sitting in there at 100 and some odd degrees, work it out. And once we get into that fresh fuel I put in, it should be okay. There's probably some water condensation in the fuel too. It's running. Well, the boat's not running great, and I can smell kind of just with the exhaust that the fuel that it's burning is really bad. It's got that smell to it that you can tell it. The heat got to the fuel and broke it down. It's almost like shellac. It's got a stink to it. Even though I put fuel in the boat to kind of dilute it, there's enough of it in the tank getting into the carburetor that it's just, especially at low idle, it's really running crappy. But anyway, we're out here. So let's look around. It's amazing to think that all of this was underwater. You could see the water line, the bathtub ring. Look at how much water was in here back in the day. Look how clear and clean it is. It's not really cold too. The water's really nice. It's heated up from the summer. Of course, I've swam in this year-round. I've been in here all through the winter and swimming, and it's not bad at all. It looks like there's an American flag up there with a solar light to light it up at night. Nice view up here. So somebody hung the flag and they've got a solar light right down there to illuminate it at night. That probably looks pretty cool. Take a look at this though, folks. I am standing where the water used to be when the dam was full, when the lake was full. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Look at how high I am relative to where the boat is now. Amazing. Couple 100 feet anyway of lost water, I'd say. Days aren't too long this time of year. It's about 1:30. I'm watching the sun. It's about ready to go behind the hills, or at least behind the rocks here. Pretty peaceful. It's a Wednesday, midweek. Everybody's at work. It's hard to believe that 25 minutes from here is the hustle and bustle of Las Vegas and the major metroplex. And right here it's quiet, except for the occasional jet that's heading into the airport.